Good morning, good morning. Not financial advice, educational purposes only. Thank you, good Lord, for a new day to trade. A bunch of PRs are coming in. Let's see if anything starts moving. Dang, what a flush on PDYN. Not in it. I just had it pulled up watching. Let's go, Denny. Yeah, that's a beautiful candle. My goodness. And it's still dropping. BTAI. Nice little pop here. Phase 2. It's the one that got me on a roller coaster yesterday. So watch, I'm gonna ignore this one so it'll flush. 21 million float, 36 million market cap. I'm gonna let it push a little bit because it's only up 13%. If we get to the $2 range, I'll probably start taking my first stab. Announce positive phase 2. Okay, hold on, I'll read it in just a second. First, said I was gonna get into just little 20% pops, but I'm in it. Small position, so I'm gonna scale into this one. 209 is my next ad. Announce positive phase 2 top line results for opioid withdrawal during a 7-day methadone taper. The 80 patient trial, that's actually a decent amount. Not massive by any means, still small, but next ad's 209. Small entries, and then the bigger entry will be around 225 at the 200. Got my 209 fill. Next entry 224 actually. And then I'll do another one around 235 just in case it wants to wick above the 200. Kind of wanted them to make bigger moves before I get into them since things are heating up, but since this one has a bigger float and it's phase 2 and all red, feeling good about it. So pretty solid in the money now. My average is 206, about 10 cents in the money. Trimmed a little there. Trimmed a little there. So I'm just holding runners at this point. Trimmed 90% of my position already. So when I say runners, I mean it's just a few. So next ad, probably should have stabbed it right there when it shot up, but I missed. It kind of popped up quicker than I was expecting, so I didn't get an ad there. So I don't really care what it does at this point. Again, I'm only in 100 shares because I only entered 1,000 total. I did a 500, 500. Should have been ready for another stab at like 215, but probably not going to add again until it gets to 224. Nice T-bone. Yeah, because they only got to 187. I think I got one trim at 189. Let's see. Yeah, I did. Good morning, guys. Bro, y'all killed PDYN. Denny, I'd go home, but I'm already home. How was Rafferty's last night? I agree, T-Bone. I don't, especially since phase 2 had a strong push yesterday, even though a completely different scenario. That was phase 2 Cancer, had a much smaller float, but it might push a little bit. So I got an order waiting at 214, only 500 shares. Then I'll be at 600. Then I'll take a probably, I think I have 1,000 sitting at 224. Yeah, I'll do 1,000 at 224 and another 1,000 if I can get some more locates at 234. Just in case if it wants to pull the push above it, then flush back down quick move that they typically like to do. All right, about to trim because I got that 214 fill. I want to see it drop a little bit more for a trim, but I might here. First trim's 191. I'm trying to decide if I want to move it up. Trying to bounce off the 5-minute 9. Wanted it to fall a little bit more because I only, like I said, I only added 500 there because I'm trying to playing it small because I think it's going to get to the 200. And y'all have heard me say I don't like getting in too early and then keep averaging up, up, up. So I'd rather find a good spot and just add size there, but got a little filler position. But playing it small. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna just get completely out now. Done. Dang, I wish I'd had more size though. Thought it would get to the 200, but that was a nasty flush. Didn't make much off of it, but again, I traded it well, but didn't have much size, so I didn't make that much. Thanks for putting this on my radar, CJ. None of my scanners picked it up. I think it didn't move fast enough for my trade idea scanner because it looks for 15% moves in 1 minute, and this never did that. Okay, I'm about to. Dang, it keeps recovering quick. It sneaks up on me. Again, I need to quit talking and just have orders ready. I wish I would have had one waiting at 214 because it might be done now. That was a quick spike and it couldn't hold. What time is it? 7:11. No money rotation we can bank on here, but it keeps flushing quick. I just didn't get a fill there, but I've already caught two solid little flushes on it. Wouldn't mind a third one, but all good. Really wish I would have got a 224 though, because again, that's where my size, a little bit bigger size was. Putting up a little decent little fight though, but these are my kind of favorite ones. The ones that push and flush hard, then push hard, then flush hard. Obviously we like the round trip ones the best, but this has gave me actually three solid scalping opportunities, but only caught two. But if you catch 2 or 3, 4 solid scalps on a play like this, it adds up quick. It's just as much, if not more, than a nice round trip. Because I rarely hold for the whole move. I like to secure profit. I think I'm going to wait though. I think I'm going to wait for that 224 order. I still have a feeling it might get there. I do like, look at the tops of these candles. These are just the 1 minute, but every time it tries to push, where is it at? Above about 209. Just all it can do is wick up. Uh-oh, what happened to my computer? It just like glitched out. All good. See if I get my 224 fill. Now I do like this price action though. I don't like the grinders that doesn't, give you an opportunity to get in and out, but this one, nice push-ups. It'll push up nice, and then, look at the 5 minute. Nice pushes and nice flushes. See if we get another one to bounce off the 200. computer, my laptop, sorry if you can hear the fan. It's extra loud today. I don't know why it's so loud. Look, I haven't restarted it since I bought it. Amazing scalping opportunities on this one, though. Like I said, I caught a couple, but I probably should have caught more of these, but trying to be patient. Yeah, same success logic. That's why I'm waiting for a little bit stronger push. But yeah, beautiful scalping opportunities on it though. It's probably gonna be in the next couple candles where it makes that push, I think. 1 minute candles. I think it's gonna use this 20 as a trampoline here in a second. And we're starting to see it. Let's see. Thoughts on ONDS? Yeah, this not really my style of play. It's trading sideways. I like the, especially in pre-market, I like the strong pushes up. It's 5 million market cap. I only short under 200 million, so not my cup of tea. What's the daily look like? Just curious. Oh yeah, no, I'm not interested in this. This thing is, yeah, I'm good. if we break under, what is this, the 20? Yeah, we break under it, I might slam it. See if it tries to go all the way back down. But probably won't. I'll wait for the push. And I think like I said, I think we'll get it here in a second. If we get it, it's going to be in these next couple candles, I think. Tempted to slam it right here, see if it keeps flushing, but I'm gonna wait. I'm not very good at red candles, better at the green pops. Man, it looks like it's about to take a leg down. But again, sitting on my hands, I don't want to get a bad fill here just in case it does decide to bounce, but kind of 50-50 with it right now. It's like, does it bounce, get my fills close to the 200, or is it about to crack? Yeah, I agree, Colin. Probably should have caught more moves than I have on it, but caught a couple of decent moves on it. Just want to see it push a little bit more. Oh, I think it's done, yeah. It was looking a little weak there, but wasn't too confident in it. See what it does. Still could bounce here, but notice this one wicked down lower than this one. So I'd be surprised if we don't keep going down. So see how this one wicked down to 196, and this one got down to 195. I feel like the trend might change here in a second, but let's see. Let's see. What's up? Great day is coming, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, the market heated up a little bit yesterday. Some of the people in the Discord, gosh, y'all killed it yesterday. 2 people reached out to me that had 5-figure days yesterday. I'm over here, barely made over 2K. But I only traded pre-market and after hours, which is very uncommon for me. There was so many good plays at market open. But I had to catch up on a few things. And I missed some, but can't blame it completely on that. But yeah, felt like it was heating up. There's a lot of opportunities yesterday. A couple people had 5-6K days too, so that was kind of the day our group's been waiting for. Some of y'all took advantage of it. I didn't, but still content. Especially after, if y'all were on the live stream yesterday, y'all know I dug myself in a hole in the beginning. I think this is about to drop a little more. What is it? Time is it 7? Yeah, I need to. Forgot my earphones downstairs. I'm gonna turn the other scanner on. So, and I like to have the earphones on. So I will be back just a second. "30 seconds till we get 7:30 PRs, which isn't a super common time for PRs. We'll get some, but 8 o'clock, as most of y'all know, is when most of them come out. So might get some money rotation here, but I'm not going to enter. But there's a good chance if anything else moves, this takes the next leg down. This is kind of the spot I like for money rotation too. Like, it's broke trend and it doesn't look strong. It's on the bottom side of the move. Usually if another decent PR comes out, you'll see a flush here. But it's not up enough for me to get a position, so. Did we get any new PRs? A few. MDCX. Is this one moving? Another phase 2. We dropped in phase 2 today, or the last couple days. I don't think it's getting enough attention yet to really. Okay, if this starts pushing, I think BTAI will start giving some back. Let's see. There it goes. I'm gonna let this one push some before I get in it. See, we pushing now. The money rotating away. This is old phase 2 news. Now we're gonna jump on the new phase 2 news. MDCX. See if we get that flush. MDCX is pushing, but not enough to completely steal attention from BTAI. But if it keeps pushing here, BTAI will probably flush. I want to see it move a little bit more. Maybe first stab around 2, but I'm going to be patient with it. But it's not really, it's making little weak pushes, but nothing too much yet. So keeping BTAI alive. MDCX 17 million float, 35 million market cap, all red, and offering ability red, frequency red, dilution red, cash need red, overall offering risk red, warrant exercise risk red. Yeah, this is a typical biotech. Here it goes. That's the money rotation flush. It's a really good example of money rotation. It's phase 2 still in news from phase 2. Super specific. See, it's done. Yeah, and similar price range. They both flush in it about, looks like, but let's see what MDCX does. Again, I want to see it push. Things are heating up a little bit, so I don't want to get in too early. It's only up 20%. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get there either. Burritos. That's where I was wanting to think about taking a stab on it. So now let's see if money rotates back to BTAI. I don't think either one of these have a chance of really pushing that hard, to be honest. But oh yeah, MDCX cooked. Round trip. Anybody catch that? Normally it'll get in a 20% pop, but I'm gonna try to sit on my hands a little bit more. Oh my gosh, you're about to go negative. Jeez, what a miss. What a miss. Now all the people that took longs are trying to desperately get out, probably. Look at this. You think we have an edge short selling? Funny thing is, this is probably them, either the company doing some sketchy things or longs trying to get out. But a lot of people will blame this move on shorts, but I promise you, most shorts are not stabbing it right here. I can promise you that. So this is, looks like money trying to get out. BTAI. So now that we saw this move, money's rotating back to BTAI. If BTAI gets back up to this 215 to 20 range, I'm gonna get a little 500 share stab. 224 I have 1,000, and 234 I have another 1,000 waiting. So don't want to add size till we get around the 200. Can y'all hear my cat? Bro's losing his mind. It might feel VWAP here, but again, I don't want to get in too early on it. But it's setting up like it could be a VWAP fail, to be honest. Let's see what the 5 minute looks like. Yeah. But I'm going to hold off. I don't really like VWAP rejections this early after a move in pre-market. I love them intraday. And I'll take them pre-market too, but since this is the only one really moving, I'm going to hold off. And if you're new, I really try to focus on other, like, you know, think outside of just this one play. Like if there's something running right now, I probably would play it, but I don't really see much going on. So I'm going to be a little hesitant with the VWAP fade. Here we go. First order is 214. Still holds true. Remember what I was saying earlier? Can't hold over, what was it? 209-ish. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good day, my friend. My mom got me this hat, actually. She knows I'm a bear, and I'm like, this hat's actually pretty dope. For like my birthday or Christmas or something. I'm not going to force conversation here, guys. So if you have any questions, let me know. But I'm just going to watch. Why are there bullet holes in your plants? Burritos. It's Monstera. When the leaves get a certain size, they start splitting. But I don't know. I like bullet holes better. Maybe I should just roll with that. It's my true passion, honestly, plants. I don't even really talk about that. I love me some like exotic plants. I have a big tissue culture setup that I tissue culture plants and grow. Like rare variegated ones. Bro, yeah, I have some that are very, very valuable, but well, I shouldn't say very, very valuable. Decently, you know, like $500,000 range that I've tissue cultured and stuff, but I mostly do it for fun because I don't really have a good avenue to sell them. So I usually give them away to like friends and more. I've flipped a few of them, but I mostly do it just for fun. I'm embarrassed to say I went buy on MDCX, flip 10K. When did you make? It wasn't much of a move. You talking about long? What made you go long on that one? Impressive though. Denny, you never cease to surprise me. Short and then flipped over. Oh, down here? Got it, got it, got it.
HTOL.
I'm familiar with this one. Not enough of a move yet. And it flushed too quick. Bro, I wish AskEdgar would just tell me where the country is instead of show me the flag. Like, I'm smart enough to know what all these are. This one's Ireland, but before I get done trading, I'll know what who all the flags are. I'm a typical American. We're ignorant to things outside of our country. I don't know all these flags.
HTOL.
Let's go push a little bit. Then I'll start getting interested in it. Probably could take a stab here, but I want it around 5. I'm being patient today. So I'm going to get an order ready at 495. I want to see it push some. And again, y'all have seen, especially people that's been around a while, I would have already taken a stab usually, but I want to see it get a little closer to 5. Well, it's up. How much is it up? Yeah, but it doesn't have that much volume yet. So I'm going to get a stab at, I'm going to get a small stab at 445. How about that? Does it have new news? Actually, it doesn't have any new news. I might slide an order in here. Am I missing anything, guys? Y'all see any news? I don't know why this one's pumping like this. And look, it typically has a hard time holding. I'm about to take a stab at it. Here we go on this push. There you go. Got a fill. So next one will be, had a 445 order. So I'm about 20 cents in the money now, but it's small. So I'm going to see if we get another push towards first orders 495. I'll do about 497. $2.2 million float, 10 million market cap. So I'm about 21 cents in the money. But I'm gonna be greedy with this one. So I wanna see if it breaks down. And if not, I have some side, there we go. I'm out. Didn't make that much on it, but 418, 445 to 418. I'll take a 27-cent move. And see if we get to 495 now. Looks like it's gonna be a scalping day for me, but I would love for it to get up to 5. I like the $5 psychological level. I like the 200 hanging around 5. What's that, about 511, 512? So if it gets up there, I'll add a little more size to it. Oh, it does have news? I see news from 2 days ago. It has news this morning. Well, caught a little move on it. It might flush more here. Yeah, it does have. Why does Stock Titan used to not miss any news? And this happened. I don't know if y'all remember, about a week ago, I missed an AMD play that had a partnership with them, and I got in that thing too early. But yeah, they win 1.16 million Dubai LPG engineering contract. It's really not that much money, 1.16, but it's a theme, and y'all know how I feel about themes. You got to be cautious. But what did oil didn't have the strongest day yesterday, but yeah, I agree, T-Bone. It's a weak, I mean, not that impressive. Should have held. Ooh, this hurts a little bit. But that's all right. I thought it was going to bounce one more time at VWAP. To Colin, I think you said it earlier too. What was it? We keep seeing all these fail before. Every one of these failed before it got to the 200, didn't it? Yeah, see? MDCX, BTAI, HT. So, man, all three plays I could have banked on if it just would have pushed a little bit more, but it didn't get there. Because that's where I've been waiting for with all my size. Still was in 500, made about 150 on that. Nothing, again, nothing impressive though. I want to see it push. Yeah, I haven't made much today. Like I said, played this one decently well, but only made, I think, about 400-ish on that. Only made about 150 on this. So I'm north of 500, I think. Yeah, 563 on the morning. So I'll take it, but I haven't seen anything that gave me confidence to add size yet. And Denny over here probably up 10K on the morning already. Everything that popped this morning dropped. You're 100% right. Kind of tempted to hit it right here too. I'm about to get back in it. I'm not in it yet, but I'm thinking about it. Let's see. All right, I'm in it. Just said I don't like playing VWAP fails. Guess what I got in? But I'm gonna have a super tight stop on it. 416 is my stop. Since I'm gonna have a tight stop, I added full size on it. There we go. And I'm out. Stop me out. Oh, that hurts. Too tight a stop. Lost 10 cents on it. Yeah, it's gonna fight a little bit. I might scale into it, to be honest. All right, I'm back in it. Last time. Meaning last time I played VWAP. If it pushes again, I'll obviously play it, but there we go. See if it breaks down a little bit. 8 o'clock's right around the corner. If we get a decent PR, people forget about this one. You read my mind, CJ. There we go. Trimming 500 here. Got to fill at 272 actually. So just holding the 500 left. So I told you I stopped out, lost 10 cents. I actually lost 13 cents, but I just called. Oh, there we go. Boom. And I'm out 357. Ooh, did it get filled? Oh yeah, it got filled. Okay. Woo, let's go.
MDCX. PDYN.
Sorry that's so loud, guys. I don't know why it's so loud today. So entered 1,000 shares, stopped out, lost about 13 cents it looks like, then caught a nice about 40, 50 cent move on it. But I trimmed some about 30 cents, and then I trimmed the other about 40 cents, so I'll take it. Anything else moving? Been doing that a lot. I've been keeping my stops a little too tight and I get stopped out before the move happens. But I've been doing that with oil because it's, again, I'm weird about themes because sometimes they're just irrational. MOBX, is this? Sketchy BT's moving again. I can't help but pull it up. Another VWAP opportunity on HTOO, but I'm probably done with it. I'm gonna keep an eye on MOBX. He said F that. I might take a stab here at 89 cents, honestly, or 88 cents. Let me see if I can get locates quick. Oh, 90 million float? Yeah, I'm gonna take a little stab at it. So they receive new orders as Gulfstream aircraft production continues. Ooh, don't love that PR. It's actually kind of relevant. Oh, is MPT about to show out? All right, I'm in it. MOBX. The move's a little excessive, but the news is really not that bad. So if it starts pushing, I'm just going to stop out. I like that it has a big float though, meaning I don't think it's going to run too hard on me if I do get it wrong. Yeah, I don't really like this news. I might just stop out and just lose a penny or two on it. If it gets to over 92 cents, I'm just going to stop out. All right, I'm out. I'm going to let it push some. I lost 3 cents on that 1,000 shares, so like maybe 30 bucks. I'm going to let this one push a little bit. We get up to 110, I might take another stab at it. IBO. No, I'm not interested in it. Yeah, this news I don't really love. I like technically what I'm seeing, but I don't love the news. So I'm not going to force this one. MOBX just had a huge volume spike. Moon Market or one of these clowns might be on it. Oh, of course it is. 2 minutes ago. The clown himself. Yeah, I'm probably going to pass on this one. Decent news. Moon Market's already on it, pumping it. So I might play it at some point, but I'm going to let it push a little. Now it's flushing. Yeah, I don't really see anything I love right now. So I'm just going to protect my gains for now. Moon Market. He's a pumper. He has a Discord. Y'all know I'll joke around about Ross, but I think Ross can trade. Moon Market, he just literally, he's a pumper. He'll pick a stock, share it with his Discord. They all jump in it. And then he'll post it on X to get the second wave of volume to pump it. But there'll probably be somebody on the stream that'll be like, he's a great trader. It's just like some of the things I hear as well.
HTOL.
Got HTOO pulled up again. I might take a stab here in a second. All right, I'm in it. Back in it. Trimmed at 500 there. So I'm only in 500 shares now. It's called a very quick scalp, about a 10-cent scalp on it, 500 shares, and then I'm gonna hold these just to see if it breaks under VWAP. If not, I'll stop out and then play it if it pushes. Probably since I'm only in 500 shares, I might average up, but let me see what price action does. The reason why I hopped in this one so quick, guys, is because it's a very familiar move. Could it push? Absolutely. But A lot of times you'll see them push, break above VWAP, struggle to hold, then crack back down. So I'm gonna see if we get that price action. It's more of a risk versus reward, because if it pushes, I'll stop out pretty quick. But if I'm right, we could get a decent flush back down. So it's not that I'm super confident this is gonna work. It's more that if it does work, I'm gonna hold it and try to make way more than what I'm risking. There we go. So still holding. See if it breaks down some. Yeah, it does have news. A little baby contract. Let's go. I'm already about 20 cents in the money with these shares, but I want to see if it breaks down a little bit more. Let's go. Come on. I think we've got to flush a little more right here. Let's see. Killing it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I hear it going off in the background, but I'm focused on HTOO right now. I'm getting money rotation, obviously. This one was nasty. 415 to, all right, I'm gonna close it. 376. All right, what is the, yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone then. Caught a 40-cent move on that one. Let's go. And what I meant by that earlier was that I could stop out on this one if it decides to push, but I was only going to risk, like, I had a stop at 431, so I was going to risk 16 cents if I was wrong, but I pulled out 40 cents on it, on half the shares. I got out of the other ones a little quicker. So GXAI is running now.
GXAI.
Yeah, I'm gonna avoid this one, guys. This is could it flush? Yeah, but I mean, with this news, I'm probably just gonna let it do its thing. Appreciate it, T-Bone. Yeah, it's been a decent little session so far. Again, I haven't added a lot of size, but I'm north of a 1200 now, so I'll take it. Should be up way more, but again, trading kind of on the smaller side today. Yeah, maybe, but just again, yeah, it's a theme that I don't want to get really involved in. Let's see, let's look at the daily, see if there's, yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe it pushes to 216 and fails. Maybe it pushes to, what's this? 263. Man, I got all kind of lines on this chart. I want to remove some of these. I don't even know what they are anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone, guys, just because it's a America's First Defense secures license from Navy. Yeah, no, I'm good. And again, if it flushes, I miss it. It is what it is. I don't really beat myself up anymore for missing plays, but I will beat myself up for ignoring a very clear headline while we just recently went to war with Iran. So no judgment if y'all play it, but I'm sitting on my hands. Any experience with MOBX? Not really, and I don't like this little grinding action it's doing now. And I don't like that moon's pumping it, and it's still kind of relevant theme as well, so probably going to leave it alone. What do you mean what's up with NPT? Why does it move like, because it's sketchy, bro. So this is the same one that shot up to 30 and about wrecked me. Yeah, I don't know why it moves like that. Sketchy ticker. Nice flush on GXAI. You also like to short into wicks with a lot of volume underneath if the spike into it is steep. Yeah, I don't look at volume. And again, not saying you shouldn't, but it's just never helped me. And I don't like a lot of things on my chart. So I can tell by the way price action and the candle moves if there's high volume. I just never really utilized it that much, but it is a good indicator, don't get me wrong. But so I don't really look at the volume, but if I see an excessive move, yeah, I get interested. That's my favorite, actually. I want to see just a very irrational, strong move up, and then that strikes my interest. Like MOBX, I don't like what it's doing right now, this little grinding action. So it was like keeping a trend up, but it's just grinding up. That's like my least favorite kind of play. If it wasn't for this drone Navy defense news, the chart I like, but I just don't like the news. But again, going back to volume, it was not me really throwing shade at volume. I think volume's a good indicator. But again, if I don't find use of it, and it's probably because I don't know how to use it right, but it just hasn't really benefited me in trading. Because sometimes you'll see like I don't know, but maybe I just need to learn more about it. Because like it's very obvious what the volume's going to be doing on this one. Very strong initial volume. The second one's probably a little less in red. This one's a little bit smaller in green. I mean, I think that's why I don't really use it. Yeah, no, again, I was just saying, I used to get asked that a lot, like, why don't you have volume? I don't get asked that too much anymore. But again, it probably goes back to I don't know how to use it right. So I'm very self-taught, which is a double-edged sword. I think I have some unorthodox qualities that make me a good trader, and there's probably some things that I probably should dial in. What's MOBX doing? I'm just kind of watching GXAI right now, guys. So you really don't have any mentors that helped you down? No, bro. No. I mean, again, self-taught as it came. Like I didn't even know short selling was like even some of these bigger guys now that short sell. I just literally one day I was like, I'm tired of losing money going long. Like they all go down. Let me explore short selling. Everybody acts like it's a sin to short sell, things like that strike my interest. You know, whenever everybody says you're not supposed to do something, I was like, let me explore this a little bit. And man, it was a sharp learning curve. And like I've said before, like I've lost a lot of money dialing this strategy in, but just over the last 4 years, got it dialed in pretty good. And now I'll look at other traders and see what they do. Now that I realize short selling is you look at the top 10 people on Kimfo, probably 70% of them are short sellers. So should tell you right there, we have an edge. So I'll listen to other people, what they say, and I'm sure I've learned something from someone, but definitely kind of self-taught. Do you look at market cap and float despite news and price? Yeah, market cap and float is very important to me. Yeah, market cap under 200, float I'll short anything, but I treat them differently. So if it's a nano, I want to see a big move, and I'm probably going to trade it small and very cautious. And then as the float size goes up, confidence builds on not, being concerned that it's going to run on me too hard. Yeah, he's probably a good one to learn from. Dux, like I said yesterday, he came up yesterday. I don't really know. Again, I don't really know how hardly anybody trades, to be honest. Like, I don't know what separates like the Clover people from that Alex guy, from Steven Dux to the Friendly Bear. Like, I don't, I know they're all short sellers, but I don't know what each one does differently. We all kind of have similar styles for the most part. Obviously, there's differences. I think I'm a little more volume trader than most of them are, but I know a decent amount about Friendly Bear. We still talk maybe once every couple weeks. Kind of ghosted him recently because he wants me to. Well, he's got a little event coming up in Argentina, and I hate flying long distances, but he's a cool guy. I like him. He's very strict with his entry criteria, way stricter than I am. You keep track of metrics. Do you know your accuracy? Yeah. I love data. TradeZella is what I use. I got it for charting and like reviewing trades, but like sometimes I take 30 trades a day. So it gets exhausting. So I mostly use it for the reporting. TradeZilla, I have a link for it in my description. Everything I use is in the description, but yeah, I mostly use it for reporting. And if you're in the Discord, every end of month call, I go over stats and stuff. But yeah, I love looking at the reporting, especially time of day reports. That's when I stop usually at 8:30 because my profitability goes down at 8:30. I like the early pops, 7 to 8:30. Now I usually skip 8:30 to 9:30 because again, data shows I just don't do as well during that time. And that's why in Discord, I only do after hours from 4 to 4:30 p.m. because data shows I kill it during that time. But after 4:30, they seem to hold their gains and I give back more. So I don't trade. So yeah, I try to make data-based decisions. But the problem is intraday is where I kind of ignore it a little bit and just trade the entire time. If the right setup's there. Do you recommend tracking your trades? Whatever you think, bro. Like it's not going to hurt you. That's for sure. It's just, do you have time to do it? If you do, then yeah, I would highly recommend it. Can you succeed without it? Probably. Because I don't, after the day's over with, I'm done. I don't really review trades afterwards. But that's just because I have a lot of obligations. I work at W-2. Got a family. Got into real estate, which I regret. But I'm here now. So I just, I flip properties, turn them to Airbnbs and stuff like that. So if I didn't have all these other obligations, I probably would get more granular with my trades. But I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of know what I do wrong and what I did right each day. But I do look at it on a monthly basis, so reflect. Do you really regret the STR business? So, and y'all know I don't talk about it a lot. Like this last property I launched, I'm very proud of. It says it's like the 1% of homes. I'm a super host now, like killing it, making good money. But man, what did it do to get what I did to get there? Because like, I think STR is a good business, but what I made a mistake of, especially the 2 Sarasota properties, is they were complete flips. I bought some houses that needed some love, completely renovated them. Kitchens, bathrooms, paint, exterior, added a bunch of amenities, and it was so capital intensive. And like managing projects like that is not for the faint of heart, because contractor, you just can't depend on them. Like if you hire someone, just go ahead and assume they're going to do it wrong. Anybody in real estate probably know what I'm talking about. So it's more just following up on BS. So you see, this is why I was a little concerned with GXAI. Might keep pushing here, but I don't know if I regret it, but I regret the time it consumes. And the capital, like it's not cheap to flip and then hang on to it. Most flippers will flip, hang on to it, not hang on to it, get paid, move on to the next one. So it just takes a while to get your money back when you do it that way. But it's a long-term thing. Yeah, my recommendation, because I love it for tax incentives, bonus depreciation, it offsets my my trading gains. I haven't paid capital like last year. Probably sharing too much, but y'all know I made around 300K last year. I'm gonna get because of all the properties I got, I'm gonna get 6 figures back in my taxes just for these properties. Even though I made 300K trading, and we don't get taxed on it immediately. You pay it when you do your taxes. So that's why I like it. But going forward, I'm gonna get properties that are already renovated. And then just add my little amenities and little touches at the end. But enough about real estate. I could go on a rant about that. That's why I don't bring it up. It's my other life. Yeah, Jelani, I don't want to talk you out of it. I think that it's a good to get into, but with interest rates how they are, home prices how they are, it's not the easiest to cash flow these days unless you know what you're doing. GXAI still pushing. Do you try to short into strength, or do you wait for clear topping out action? And is there a percentage push you require before shorting? And are you more cautious when you see a big base? I'm not, you might have to clarify what you mean by big base, but yeah, I'll short into strength if it's at a strong level. And then if I see it hanging out at that level, I'll add size. After hours was a good session yesterday in Discord to explain that, where I found a level I liked, it pushed to it. I got my first entry. Then when I noticed it was struggling there, I just kept adding. every time it wicked up there, add, and then I ended up getting in 5,000 shares, and then I caught the flush. So yeah, I'll short into strength, but as things heat up, I'm a little bit more cautious with that. We've been in a very short friendly market end of last year, going into this year. So as things heat up, I'll still short into strength, but I got to make sure it's a strong move. And usually in hot markets, I like to wait for a 50% push. I've lowered it, probably the lowest I've ever had in my career. I started getting in 20% pops since like November, where historically I wouldn't dare do that in pre-market. So it kind of depends on where the market is. As we heat up, I'll move it up to 30, 40, 50%. I did leave a lot on HTOO2. But yeah, GXAI is pushing here. There was a good scalp opportunity, but this is kind of what I was afraid of with GXAI. I thought it would probably keep pushing. Same, John. I wouldn't be surprised. Once you're in heavy, how do you determine where to put a stop? Easier said than done, but when your thesis is all, so like if you're playing a level and it starts ripping past that level, if I see another level close by, I'll average into it. But if I don't see another level for a while, then I just stop out. But if I go heavy, I usually keep my stops a little tight. So let's say there's a strong level here at 232. The 200's here, it's failed at this level a few times, then I'll go heavy right here. But then let's say if it starts pushing, then I'll stop out immediately, because then it's showing that that level's not holding up. So it really depends on price action. I like doing these live streams, but the problem is like I'm super discretionary, so it's very difficult to teach because I just don't have really very many set rules. It depends on the what the chart's showing me. It's not like a certain risk to reward. Each play is different. There's not, you know, it's really, I'm playing what the chart's showing me, what the news is showing me, what the fundamentals are telling me. So, but yeah, it depends on my size. So if I think it's one I might want to scale into where there's not a clear level, but it's way too extended, I might have a lot looser stop because I'm entering small entries. T-Bone's really good at that as well. Scaling in, knowing when something's overextended and at some point it's going to crack. He's got a channel in the Discord as well, the reason why I brought T-Bone up. And he's an amazing trader. But if it's like a hard level that I'm just like, all right, I'm going to go heavy here. And if I'm wrong, I stop out quick. But if I'm right, I catch a decent flush. You know, so sometimes the stops are loose, sometimes they're tight. It depends on what I'm playing. Yeah, no, GXAI is taking off. Caden Fisher. I mean, again, guys, it says America First Defense secures license from Navy to defeat hostile drones the week after we go to war. So the writing was kind of on the wall with this one. There was a chance for a scalp for sure, but you'll see. I respect themes. Crypto Treasury rocked me. Only had one red month last year, and it was March, and it was because Crypto Treasury started heating up, and it took me too long to catch on. So I respect themes these days. But honestly, crypto treasuries rocked me all summer too. I was green throughout the summer, but some of those months were barely green. I just kept falling for the traps. Yeah, not GXAI. I agree, T-Bone. I'm gonna probably not saying I won't short it at some point. Let's say at some point of the day it starts looking like it's backside and it's gonna fail. I might play it, but not front side as we head towards market open. John, yeah, I appreciate it. I think we got a cool little Discord. Got a bunch of good traders in there too. That's what I was surprised about. I thought I'd get a lot of like newbies, which is fine. Newbies are fine, but I got a bunch of like, I joke around and say grizzly bears. Some grizzly bears in there. Like, y'all think I'm a decent trader. I think we have some traders that's just as good in the group, if not better, than me. Anybody going long on it? Oh, there you go. What T-Bone said. Yeah, a pullback. If there's a pullback, there might be an opportunity. But again, like I've said before, I'm good at figuring out which one has a good shot to run and push on the day. But what I'm not very good at is figuring out where to enter. But I'm gonna give myself a little credit though. VCIG, I called that one yesterday. Remember when I said, anybody that was here yesterday, y'all remember? I said, literally right here, I said, when it pulls back to 11, I'm thinking about taking an entry. Look where it bounced. And then, I don't know if y'all remember, I drew, I was like, the first level's 30. Look where it fell at. It fell right at 30. So sometimes I wish I was more ballsy with my longs. Any of y'all remember I was like, pull back at 11, I think I'm gonna take a long. Then I decided not to, and then I drew the first level. I was like, 20 is a weak level, but I think 30 is the good level. So did call that one right, but didn't make a cent on it. So calling it right and making money on it's two different things. So I didn't catch that one. And I'm weird about taking longs unless I know the market's really hot. Like I think we're heating up, but I wouldn't say we're really hot yet. So I'm gonna be cautious about longs until I'm confident like the market's on fire probably. Just because I don't think I'm, as good at going long. Let's go, Algo Assassin. You gonna take us? Nah, I ain't taking a stab anywhere on this one. No, I'm not touching this one. Good news. It's grinding up, going into open. I'm good. I would take a long here before I short it. But I'm not confident enough to take a long. Yeah, VCIG. T-Bone, you need that as your screensaver. Let's go, Bernie. And Algo. Algo Assassin. I might wrap up here soon, but kind of want one more play, but it's after 8:30, so I might just wait so I don't force a trade. I traded well today, but I just didn't add enough size. So my realized gains are not that impressive today. But again, same thing with sizing. I do it based on conviction. So there was none of these plays I loved. GXAI giving a little bit of a pullback here. I admire your ability to stop out. I struggle with it sometimes, thinking the stock will come back, which leads to a bigger loss. Yeah, that's a tough one, especially if you're new. I think you just get burned so many times in trading, you learn to stop out at a certain point. Because a lot of the newer traders that I'm close to, they do the same thing, just keep averaging up, averaging up, averaging up. And it's just one of those things that, or they just let it run. And it's just one of those things like it works until it doesn't, and then you take a really big loss. So if there's a reason to average up, I will, but no more blindly averaging up. I just can't do that. I've taken so many massive losses to get to where I'm at. And I got a little bit of, I don't like to use the term PTSD for people that actually have that, but it's a little bit of PTSD, honestly, sometimes.
VWAP.
Because let's see what this one is. VBIX pushing a little bit. Israeli. I'm going to avoid. The reason I'm avoiding just because of the war stuff. Like, again, themes and stuff like that, I try to take context clues. I don't see any new news today, though. $200 up here at 3. I might would play it here if there's no news today. But yeah, going back to the stop loss thing, it's just like, again, deep down, we know when a stock's about to take off. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we ignore that. That's what I used to do, and just like average up. Man, a nasty little flush here. Boom. Jeez. That was my play right there. Oh my gosh, round trip. But again, I'd rather miss it than give back my gains on the day. So, but yeah, it's just keep learning from, just watch patterns. And again, if you're heavy, if your size is heavy, you should stop out quick. Is again, not financial advice. This is how I do it. If I'm heavy, I stop out quick. If I'm uncertain for a level, I take small stabs and I can let them play more. But if you're just banking on hope and prayers, that's not a strategy, So my recommendation is if you're playing a level and if it's invalidated, my term for invalidation is holding above that level, not a wick up, because a lot of times those fail. But if a 5-minute candle closes above where you were intentionally playing it, there's a chance it's going to keep pushing. So again, stopping out is pretty discretionary for me too, but that's my best advice. Justin, when was the last red day you had? How many do you have a month? Oh, I've been having more red days than usual lately. It's a bad time to ask me that. So December, I didn't have one red day. January, I had, I think, 4. And February, I had about 4 as well. I think something that 3 to 5 range. Let's say that off the top of my head. I can't remember. So I had a few. I had more than I typically did. But January was a little rough on me. The first couple of weeks of the year, I don't know if y'all remember that. Stocks were acting a little weird. Misjudged a few. Wow, round trip. Yeah, that's a good point, Rookie. I usually don't take too many losses in pre-market, but what happens is I get a little too confident in intraday, and I'll add too much size sometimes. Or get in too early. None of them were massive losses. Oh, and then NPT got me that. Remember? I can't remember when was this? NPT got me pre-market. This was on, yeah, this is in February. So this was my biggest loss in probably 6-7 months. But anyways, I'm just missing plays, so probably gonna wrap up at this point. But anyways, if you want to learn more, I got all my playbooks in the Discord. We got other good traders in there, and do exclusive live streams. What's today? Is today Thursday? Yeah, so I won't be back tomorrow. I'll be live streaming in the Discord. We are 50% off your first month if you want to try it. And if you don't feel like doing that, I also in the description have a little cheat sheet on how to play these pre-market plays. It's free. You just put your email, I'll shoot it over to you. But on that note, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. And I will see y'all next week.